Hi, bear with me. Today we're going to learn about how we can use the Monte Carlo method to estimate the area underneath a function. So I'm going to look at the example on page 223 in your text, and we'll use that example to find out how the Monte Carlo method works. This first video is just about looking at how the process works, and I'll explain the steps in the next videos. So what we'll do is we'll actually look at graphing our x and y values and see what this graph actually looks like. So we're only looking at the area between 0 and 3, so I'm going to plot this point. So I'm going to go in 0.2 increments, and I'll take it, so I'll just use an autofill. I'll take it down to 3.4, so we could graph a little bit bigger than the area we're looking at. And our y values are just going to be the corresponding y values according to our rules. So it's going to be equals our x value to the power of 2, so shift 6 plus 1. Okay, enter. Move my cursor so it's a little cross in the corner, autofill. And now I've got my x and y values according to what I've created there, according to my real y is x squared plus 1. So we'll graph this. So I'll just highlight these. I'll go insert. I'm going to use a scatter plot. I'm going to choose the one that's a smooth line. So I've got this here. Make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. I'll change the chart title to y equals x to the power of 2 plus 1. Okay. So there we are. There's our graph. Now what we're looking at is we're going to look at what is the area underneath the curve. So that's what we're going to use the Monte Carlo method for. So what I've done is I've created a rectangle to look at the area that we're looking at. We're looking at from 0 to 3 on the x-axis and 0 to 10 on the y-axis. And what we want to know is we want to know what's the area under the curve. So we know that the area of the rectangle is going to be length times width, so it's 3 times 10, which is 30 square units. And we want to know what fraction of that is underneath the curve. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to create a series of random points, and we're going to count how many they are and divide that by the total. And that's going to give us the fraction or the decimal of the area of the rectangle that's underneath the curve. So what I've done is I've created a series of random points where the x values lie between 0 and 10 and the y values lie between x values, lie between 0 and 3 and the y values lie between 0 and 10. Now, with these values, what we can see is that there's a whole series of points. And so we can count up the points that are below the line and divide it by the total. Now, I use 200 points in this, so my total is 200. You can use more points, which will probably give you a better estimate of the area under the curve, and it's really easy to do with Excel. And Excel is going to do all the counting for us. So basically what's going to happen is the fact that Excel is going to count up the number of points below, and all we have to do is we know that the area under the curve is going to be the number of points or coordinates below the curve and the x-axis divided by the total number of points, and we just need to multiply this by the area of the rectangle, and in this case the area of the rectangle is just going to be 30. So it's really straightforward. It's just letting Excel do all the hard work for us, and then we will look in the next videos of how we can achieve this. Bye.